What's up, guys? This video, it's gonna be a heavy one. Should be a good one though. I've had enough caffeine, so even if it's tangential, it should be entertainingly tangential. I feel like I say that word too much because I just discovered what I meant. Anyway, a heavy one. Ignorance is bliss. That's what I want to talk about in this video. Ignorance is bliss. Truly. You know what sucks? Growing up. You know what sucks? Being accountable, being awake, being aware not only of how the world really works, how people really are, the fact that there's people with no empathy, there's psychopaths, there's narcissists, there's all kinds of people out there. And man, as much as I harp on, the women's delusion and men too, but it's really a epidemic with women. It's like that's cope is not like, it's like being critical of someone who's an attention whore. It's like, well, it looks gross because it's overt, right? Just like if someone's really rude or whatever, and it's because it's on the surface, we it's easy to judge. It's easy to shame that, or and have pity or whatever. Not even pity, but just dislike someone, right? Because it's overtly like, it's like having food on your face. You just want to slap the crap out of them, right? But it's like, it's understandable. Like the cope right now is real, and that's what I want to talk about in this video. It's gonna be very existential, very general, but just kind of like as I'm doing, about to like start editing this video, and I'm doing, some creative stuff or whatever. It's just like, or trying to, just makes me think about like, it's very confusing to be so like, I'm struggling with hyper awareness of people now, and I think this is why I'm making this video, is I think a lot of us now are struggling with this, like the narcissism level, the fakeness. It's a paradox, and it's not going to be a very hopeful video. We'll see where my brain goes. Maybe it'll come out the other end. We never know. But it's like we protect ourselves. Like if we start the root with boomers, like they had neglect or whatever, and it's like narcissism or whatever, and they neglect their kids. But then now we have narcissism on steroids, i.e., kids raised without, millennials with first generation American history, like we had extreme amounts of divorce. So we already were set up for failure, right? With how we attach. And then it's like, now a society that has social media and we're all trying to get our needs met with like, not, and then narcissism being a normative thing. How does one break out of that if people are inauthentic and they double down on externalizing their, whatever their needs, and everything in society is digital and we're all doing this, and then you see people in real life and it's like your default, I should say my default, I don't know what anyone else is, but let's be honest, my default is, what do you want out of me? I keep picturing like New York City, because that's like a vibe in like these huge cities. And I'm not in a very big city, but like, and historically, it was very sweet people, like very genuine, and polite as far as like cities go. But like in real life, there's so much, so many masks. We all have a persona for getting through society, and if the average person is guarded, it's like at best people are guarded that are genuine, and then at worst people are unguarded, i.e., destructive psychopaths, narcissists, these people that don't have empathy and they don't care. Those people have been thriving. I know I was one of them. It didn't survive all millennia, and for no reason. It's a trait. It's a personality trait. It's survival, and ignorance is bliss. I don't want to know about these people. I don't want to know about society. I don't want to know about the financial system. I don't want to know about all this BS. At least in Carlin's day, like, he could talk all this shit, and then I don't know. I feel like you have an audience and wake people up, and there's some people that woke up and you have like a heart attack. He called it. I slip back and forth. I know I'm pretty effed in the head just in general. It's very confusing. I'm like, one hand, I'm just like I'm a fighter. I want to fight for stuff and the truth, and then it's just like there's so much pushing it back, and the way society is now, it's just like it's more and more confusing. I was even gonna start writing stuff down. I was watching another YouTuber, and to I was thinking, I'm gonna start writing down I'm start writing down like bullet points and be more concise in my videos, and like help people with whether it's narcissistic abuse or understanding the scapegoat or the trauma bond or whatever it is, and have very concise things and get to the meat and potatoes. But like I think to myself, I'm like, the plagiarizing and that whole, I want my videos to be a purely authentic. There's no way to be authentic if it's not off the top of your brain. Like you're reading a goddamn what is it called in court, like a whatever, and there's no way to be 100% authentic. And if you're reading off a script with AI now, it's like that's insanity. So as soon as you start, and this is just probably my excuse for being lazy, honestly, but it's true. Like, yeah. So I'm a little bit all over the place, but as usual. But that's the point. It's my brain. It's not coming from any place other than authentic, and I will die before I just can't. This is like, this is hell. This is fucking hell. I grew up with this shit. I know what this brings. This brings more of the same. This is how this works. This is how hurt people guard, and then psychopaths. It's really gonna get worse. I'm sorry, it's so negative. I just can't figure out how this isn't like, I can't just, I'm as bullish on Bitcoin being $10 million a coin as I am bullish on and confident that we are experiencing a societal collapse that is unfixable. It's so infuriating. The gaslighting. And I swear it's empathetic people. People that genuinely were like, I grew up left in this town. I like genuine left leaning, like people who actually care, like genuinely, like, they wouldn't just do it for getting something. Like, they got gaslit by fear so bad. It's like traumatized them. Everyone's been traumatized in the last 5 years in some way. And it just feels like it's so familiar to me. I know inauthenticity leads to hell. That's what it comes down to. And that's all I've ever known is hell and survival. And it's like outside of my house would be safety. But now, I'm being a little bit too hyperbolic. I don't think I am. That's how I feel. Like it just doesn't feel like you can run into anybody now that has a genuine demeanor, a genuine character. People's character was tested. Their character was tested. And instead of admitting or being, vulnerable and I don't know. It's survival mode. It's survival mode. And it's not worth blaming anybody. It's understandable. That's human beings. It's something that's bigger than us. Like there are bigger. It's hard not to think that there are bigger things at play. If BlackRock can have an Aladdin, which no one talks about, which apparently is super AI, giant, like just the supercomputer that can basically see the future as far as stock picking and all this stuff. It's like are we crazy? It'd be crazy not to think that we are now living. That's why it feels so unfree, because we are in the cog. We are effed. We are slowly boiling frogs. No one wants to talk about it. No one wants to notice. No one wants to care. We're going to be pacified for every day we don't make a stand. Every single day it's going to be more impossible. It's right now it's pretty impossible, but guess what? In about a year less, it's impossible. We are locked in. Nothing you think is going to be your own thought. You're thinking because you saw a video. I'm a guy on the internet. I'm making you. Am I AI? I promise you I'm not. But 6 months, you're not going to know the difference. We're going to be having influencers pushing us on different narratives and thinking. And it's so... so it's like it was scary. Now it's so just like I'm shut off. I'm like, take my Adderall, go to the gym, go to the job. What was hell in my mind my whole life is now just like, at least it's not betrayal and pain and loss. It's just kind of living, pretending that there's an American dream and there's any kind of like freedom. There's not. You think it'd be more interesting, like we'd actually have a war. To quote Paulie Walnuts, I'd rather fight 5 guys with shanks than something I can't see. We can't see the spiritual war. It sucks. It makes you crazy. It makes me crazy. I want to tell. It makes me crazy to... Yeah. When's the last time you saw anybody cry? When's the last time you saw anyone be... When's the last time you laughed till you peed or cried publicly, vulnerably, genuinely? Not on this fucking thing, but this doesn't count. This is bullshit. That's kind of why I want to make this video. I don't want to focus on the shit, and it's all I focus on. What else is there? Like, I don't know. I don't fucking know what to do. I just think it's... Oh. if you guys are still watching, let me know. Make me feel better. Do it. Don't make me do anything. Do whatever you want, but like, let me know if you feel the same or what you think about. Let's test the algorithm. Part of me just wants to start pushing the algorithm, like saying stuff, and it's just, I don't know. That's scary. Like you, it's kind of all I got really. At the end of the day, I got this YouTube channel. Somehow had everything possible, including the ignorance, that blissful ignorance, semi-ignorance. It's mostly just hedonism, drug-induced hedonism, and external validation. But what the hell was I just talking about? Ignorance, as far as, I guess, yeah, people that are not good people. But yeah, this, I guess, let me know below. I'm making this, the main point of this video is the slippery slope between talking about your problems and living life. That's my point. I'm a part of the problem right now. Am I? It's not that simple. They call that splitting. I don't think I'm doing that, but maybe. Anyway, I'm gonna turn this camera off before I creep anyone out any further. All right, have a good day, and let me know if you, whatever. I'd appreciate some comments. Happy birthday. It's probably someone's birthday. 40 people watch this. There's like a good chance. It's like a fucking 25, 12% chance. All right, happy birthday if you're watching. All right. Hope I didn't ruin your birthday. Goodbye.